It's 7:30 on a Wednesday night, and I ain't got a fucking thing to talk about. I'm not supposed to cuss. I'm supposed to be doing better at that because I guess you can't get monetized if you have a big old potty mouth. Or at least if you have a big old potty mouth, you got to have somebody that can do the editing for you to bleep you when you cuss. That's all it would be. If I had somebody editing me, it would be like, hey, what's happening? Beep, 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 beep. What did you guys do today? I made some really good beep, 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 beep chicken for dinner tonight. It was so good. It would. That's what would happen. So I don't have anything to talk about tonight. And last week, me and Belora were supposed to do something and we didn't do anything. And when we started this little adventure, I said to her, yo, when we do this, we got to go every week because if we don't, nothing is going to happen. It's almost like when we did Pagan Coffee Night. If you're part of the Pasco Pagans, you've been around for a really long time, you remember that. We did Pagan Coffee Night, and it was one of those things that in the beginning you went and it was no one there. It would just be me by myself sometimes. Sometimes it'd be me and this guy, Dan, who just passed away about like 9 months ago. He was so fucking cool. And sometimes it'd be me and Gwendolyn, and sometimes it'd be me and Michelle, but my thing was, because I learned from another pagan group in Clearwater, that if you want to make anything happen, you've got to be consistent and show up every time you say you're going to do it. And if you're going to do a mixer like that, Pagan Coffee Night, that's a really good thing to get your community engaged. So we did that. And when I tell you no one came. My butt sat there from 7 to 9 every Thursday for probably about a year. And finally, it got so big that we took over one whole side of it was Starbucks at first down in Trinity. And then we moved up to Panera Bread, and they did it for a while there. I think they were doing it monthly. They kept doing it. But yeah, it was a really big deal. So I told you all that because I'm stoned right now and I ran off on a tangent. But the thing is if you have to be consistent. If you're not consistent, then people are going to know to show up for Whimsical Wednesday on Thursday nights. And I should have thought about what I was going to talk about, but I was in a lot of like, oh man, I am so high. I have, oh my God, see how stoned I am? Transactions. That's what it was. I was negotiating and managing transactions all week long and trying to get new business. I even literally just signed up with a mentor in real estate because my life circumstances are about to change. I've never hired a coach in 15 years. And I thought, well, let's see what this person is going to teach me. And so far, I'm very unimpressed. I got most of this stuff when I was first in real estate 15 years ago. Admittedly, I did not do this work. So I took today and started reading the first module, and I actually filled out my plan for what I want my income to look like. So, and put all my bills in there, so that I could figure out how many transactions I needed to do, which I think I came up to four transactions a month if I only close $2,000 deals, which is very low right now. That's not, if you do in the mid-range, you're going to close $5,000 or $6,000 easy right now. And I need to make that 2 times a month. I need to make 13. Well, no, sorry. That would have to be 4 times a month, almost 3.5, 4 times, because I wanted to make $2,400 a month. That would take care of all my bills and give me spending money for the whole month. So I did that today, and I have been negotiating a deal and trying to make sure that another one closed, that a listing I have. And I got one listing right now in Brandon I'm trying real hard to sell, and high end is, I wished my entire real estate career for something over 300,000, and now I have something almost 400,000, and no one will look at it because everybody's afraid of 5% interest rates. Dudes, in the 80s when I worked in the bank, I remember interest rates being 11 and 12% on mortgages. And so the thing I'll say to you about the crazy mortgage rate, and then we can move the fuck on from here, is, so what if the interest rate is 5% right now? It could go up in a year, or it could come down in a year. And you know what you could do if you have like a high interest rate, 6-7%? You can refinance and get a lower interest rate. That's what a whole bunch of people did while this craziness was happening. You know, I mean, that's what it does. It's not the first time. It's not the last time. It is what it is. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say, and I know I said I wasn't going to talk about real estate. This really isn't real estate. This is about accountability. So that's part of what this this coach is an accountability coach. But he also said that you should start a little like a mastermind group with 2 other people that you know are trying to do as well or better than you, so that you can run ideas past him. Well, my kid owns his own business, and I'm super proud of him. He has worked really hard to, hi, Anne. She says she paid 13.25% interest for her first house. Yes, you did. Yup. That's what I remember. But you know what else I remember about that time? I remember that CDs and shit were 7 and 8%. If you did like a 5-year CD, you could get some ungodly amount. Passbook savings were 5%. There was like giant amounts of interest being paid on money too that you took out with the bank when that stuff was happening. What goes up must come down. That's just the way it is. But anyway, the mastermind thing, I can't believe I remember that as stoned as I am right now. So he worked really hard to get this camera, this photography thing off the ground, and the boy is doing it. So I want to talk to people that are trying to better themselves mentally, physically, spiritually, in their financial and personal lives. And I want them to be doing as well as me or better than. So I have my 3 people picked: my kid, Valora, and Patrick, because we're all trying to make some changes in our lives. So I'm gonna finish writing up that big that big plan that my coach gave me today, and then I'm gonna download it and send copies to everybody. And I'm gonna have tasks that I have to do that are gonna be in that, and people are gonna hold me accountable because I have to make some real money. I actually have to adult because things are changing in my life. And I'm going to have to finally be at almost 61 years old, responsible for my own damn self. And that's freaking me the fuck out. I ain't going to lie, because I've always had somebody to fall back on. That's why Patrick has to hurry up and become a famous electrician so I don't have to worry. But yeah, that's what's happening. So I decided, since I didn't have anything to do tonight, that I was just going to have happy hour with you bitches, because what else is there to do? I swear to God, I put this thing out all day today, and Anne is the only person that popped in, and you probably just saw it because it rolled by on your feed. Where are my people? I swear to God. Let's go out to Facebook and see if we can find any of these hookers, because they should be popping in. Oh my gosh, people are congratulating me on the sale of those houses. That's so sweet. You know what I mean? I just, let me see if I can get some people to pop into my stuff and tell them I'm live, and then we'll finish talking about what we were talking about. I'm live, hookers. Anybody wants to pop in too, I can send you a link and you can come right in and do this with me. It's up to you. I really enjoy that. When I have other people to talk to, it's much easier than talking to yourself, especially when you're really stoned and you're on number 2 of your seltzers, which these are very good. Let me just tell you. So here's the thing, okay? I have been struggling. Oh, sorry, Ann. So you didn't have any CDs, too busy paying off student loans. Yeah, that was that sweet spot, right? Right when we all had to do that, start paying for that stuff. My cousin went to college and likes to flaunt that in my face all the time, even though this bitch does not have a job and is 10 years older than me and couch surfs. He likes to tell me about his college degrees and how dumb I am because I don't have one. And I'm like, yeah, but bitch, you went to college in 1970 when you could still not pay them back. So you might have degrees, but A, what is it doing for you lately? You know, you going to pay somebody paying you for that degree? Because I don't see that happening because you're couch surfing. And B, you know, you had it easier than everybody else. You got a loan when they didn't come at you to pay it until you were 70. You could be one of those people right now that was still paying off their student loan debt if yours hadn't been written off before there were computers. Bitch. So been struggling really hard with my low carb lifestyle. I have had this 10-15 pounds that I gained back after I got down to like $1.29 for a minute. And I am really freaking irritated about it. But I wasn't irritated enough about it to stop drinking beer. Jesus, I love beer. Does anybody else love beer? Beer, it's like of the devil. And you know why you love it if you drink it? Because it's nothing but fucking sugar. And sugar is the drug. That is the drug that triggers your body into thinking you need more fucking sugar. So I've told myself, and I'm doing better, that I am not going to drink beer unless it's a holiday or a special occasion. And just so you know, the whole month of December is a special occasion because that's the month of my birthday. So I have been trying to really just, even on weekends and stuff, not to go off the low carb thing. And part of what this mastermind thing was, and the accountability and writing down your goals and stuff, that was what I talked about when I wrote it down. It really made me stop and think, okay, so in a year, how do I want things to look on me physically? How do I want them to look? Well, I'd like them to look like they did when I was 22, but that ship has sailed. The other thing is that I just want to feel comfortable. And when I thought about what that 10 or 15 pounds did, that's really where I was. I just felt more comfortable in my skin. It really isn't so much about my clothes or how I look anymore because 61. But it is about how do I feel physically. And I also quit working out for a little bit here because I hurt my knee. And I realized that at 61, probably yoga and maybe some dancing is the best thing for me to do. And that's one less expense that I have to have is if I give up my gym membership. So kind of considering all of those things and then just eating responsibly, even if I'm going out on a weekend, you know, just if you're going to have potatoes, have them at breakfast and then go home and dance. All that shit makes me want to eat more. Just more. I don't know what it is. So also, you might be wondering tonight, why am I alone? Where the fuck is Ballora? Ballora went to Virginia because she's an author. Remember, we talked about that. And if you go out to the YouTube page, you will see how to read her books or buy her books. She's doing some kind of author thing. Because I'm stoned. Yeah. I guess that there's going to be people coming up and getting their book signed and all that stuff. So that's where she is tonight. And we missed last week, and I am going to apologize for that. You know, it would be great if you're watching this even live or on a replay. And if you are watching it and you are on YouTube, you should like this video and you should talk about how great it is, even though I'm like stoned AF. Sorry. And then share it with your friends and stuff because that will help me too. So anyway, yeah, we didn't do anything last week because we slacked. I'm telling you, we've had it rough. And I'll have something for you guys next Wednesday. That will happen for sure. The other thing that's on my list of things I'm going to do to make my next 12 months, because that's what the whole thing that I was doing with my real estate work today was how am I going to make my next 12 months look the way that I wanted to make that 24 $100 a month. And well, actually it's more than that. I don't even want to lie. It's more, I changed it up and I'm too high to figure out what it is, but I think I have to do like 4 transactions a month to get, or 3.5 to get where I want to be. And then, so spiritually is the other thing that was one of the, not the other thing, but one of the things that we talked about in the thing we were writing down today. So full moons and new moons are really important, and I'm going to start honoring those, even if it's just a minute to go outside and pour some libation on the ground and thank the gods for letting me be here another day, because every day is a good day as long as you're above ground. And I'd also like to be a little closer to my gods. I've never been very good at that. Even no matter what I was doing or who I was worshiping, it was always hard. But yeah, that's where I want to be. And I'm really grateful that you're in here and you said some stuff, because you're the first person that has actually joined us. Well, no, Rob Houston did. So, but I appreciate it because no one else has popped in and talked. And so, and then here I am trying to do it because it's important. And I really kind of want to know what you guys want to talk about too. I mean, just, we don't want to do the whole thing ourselves and just be our own decisions all the time. We had somebody tell us that we should go through the alphabet and come up with a topic for each letter, but that seemed very, very difficult. So we haven't done that. Also, while Belora is in Virginia, I'm dog sitting her 3 dogs. I've been staying here. I'm on my 3rd week. I haven't gone home. That's part of oh, great. Kristen's on. Hey, Kristen. I've been staying at Michelle or Belora's for like 3 weeks now. So I got mad. No lie. And I left. Here's some reality for you. That's part of the reason why I have to actually adult, is because I'm probably going to end up divorced by the end of the year. And he's probably going to end up moving out. So, I mean, I know it's terrible to sit here and smile when you say something like that. But it's been like over a decade where the communication and shit has not been existent. So, you know, it's not, I think both of us have mourned the loss of the marriage years ago. So this is not the day to do that. But anyway, Ann says, I don't do Facebook. I was surprised to see you pop up. Are you on YouTube? Where are you watching me at? Oh, you are on YouTube, aren't you? I love it. I love that you're on YouTube. That makes me happy. I know Kristen's out there. And you know, like I said, I don't know if you heard this earlier. I know Kristen probably didn't, but anytime anybody wants to come on with me, I can send you a link and you can most certainly be on here while I'm live and we can shoot the shit. I just couldn't go a second week because we didn't do it last week. We were so bad. It was terrible. But I did make some notes even while I was high. It's kind of cool. So we talked about the accountability coaches. Oh, yeah, the low carb thing. I think I talked about that a little bit. That's what I'm trying to do, is to go back on my, I am so happy about that, Anne. I really am glad that you're on YouTube. So the thing is I found these. I'm not repped by Budweiser at all. But if they want me to rep them, I'm happy to do it. Less than 1 carb. So at first I was like, 5% alcohol. This is going to suck bad. Like, what the heck, dude? Like, how am I even supposed to get a buzz on 5% alcohol and less than 1 carb? I could probably drink the whole 12 pack and still not be buzzed. But that's not true. You will get a buzz on these bitches, especially if you're doing your low carb thing all day. So today I made eggs and cheese and ham. And then I did yoga. And then I had leftover taco casserole from yesterday. And then I had a salad. And then I started drinking. So if you don't drink a lot, 5% by volume will get you a nice little buzz. And don't let the name tangerine fool you. You won't taste it. Every single one of those flavors in there tastes exactly the same as the one before it. There ain't no difference. Because you know why? There's no sugar in this bitch. You're just literally probably drinking some. Ooh, that just gave me an idea. You're just literally drinking. It's the same thing like LaCroix, the Skittle over the top of the water for some ambiance or some shit. I don't know. What if you took grain alcohol and turned it into a spiked seltzer? Dude, hear me out. There's no carbs in any spirit. Hey, Kristen, thank you. I like that all you guys are coming on. If you had moonshine and you carbonated that bitch with some spiked water, now that's what I'm talking about. How drunk could you get on that? Very drunk. That's what I think. So what's happening? What are you guys doing? Kristen, are you excited that I'm coming to St. Louis? I can't even tell you how excited I am to bring Bob up there. I'm going to take him to the zoo. I'm going to take him to the hill. I'm going to take him to the Loop. I'm going to take him to Normandy. I'm going to take him to somewhere for really good pizza, somewhere for really good Chinese, and somewhere for some gooey butter cake. But I make that. He likes it. He'll probably like my gooey butter cake better than he'll like that. So we'll have to figure out where we want to go, so we can get a bunch of people to be able to be there at the same time. I would like to see Kim. I didn't get to see her the last time, and I didn't get to see Paula either. So that would be kind of cool if everybody just could show up for dinner one night someplace, Laura said we could stay as long as we wanted. And we're going to be in her basement. She's got like a whole finished basement with a shower and everything down there. So it'll be kind of cool. Yeah. The last time I was there was like 7 or 8 years ago, and I drove past it and it was different. And then before that, I think it was probably 10 or 12 years ago. And I actually went on the campus, and that was different. What was really super sad to me was to see the gym gone where the pool was. God, that was crazy. And just the plaque there. And I feel bad for those kids. Laura lives in Pacific, just not very far from Six Flags. But dude, don't worry about that. I don't know where that is in proximity to you, but we can come towards, St. Anne or whatever, or even wherever you guys want to go. I don't care. Just tell me where is a good place we could accommodate a bunch of people without a bunch of hoo-ha. And the hoo-ha, without a bunch of hoo-ha. Without a bunch of having to make big reservations and plans. And says, my niece is doing her postdoc research at the botanical garden up there. For real? I don't think I've ever been there. I want to take Bob to the zoo so bad because he's never been to a zoo that was free. And I really, really want to go to Carl's Hot Dogs. There's so many places I got to fit it in White Castle, bitch. That's the first place. The first White Castle I see as I get into fucking Missouri. That's what I'm eating. It'll be so good. Have to think about that one. Yeah, watch my hoo-ha. If I could see it, it would be amazing because I cannot. I've tried. It's hard to see when you're got ginormous old lady titties. But I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm telling you, I would have been there already. We were going to come the first week in October or the second week in October, and I had buyers, and I had a property that I sold. I got a listing, I got a buyer all at the same time, and then I got another listing. So I have done nothing but real estate work since the end of September. I've been so fucking busy. Everybody was busy during the COVID thing and the 2 years and shit that the market was crazy. I had nothing. I had one buyer that the poor little couple could not find a house to save their lives that anybody would accept their offer on. They're still renting. I think we'll probably be looking for something at the end of the year for them. Well, not the end of the year, but like at the end of the summer when the school year ends, we'll probably go look for something for them. I had nothing going on. Seriously, I sold one house in January and then boom, I have been so busy. And when I first started in real estate, October, November was historically always my most busy month. But I really need to keep that momentum going because your girl is going to have to adult for real on her own. I know, I'm so bummed about the leaves, Kristen. Everybody keeps sending me pictures. Laura sent me pictures. I'm bummed. I can't even begin to tell you. But you know what that means? That means that I have to come back next year. Yeah, and hopefully I have a team of people, and if I have to go, I can go, and I can have other people doing my business. My goal is to make that $2,400 or $6,000 a month, and to recruit one person every quarter. So to have 4 people recruited underneath me, so I have some passive income coming in. And then it will be a team, and then I can have people that will help me, and I can help them. I think I'm going to start trolling the fucking real estate schools for people so I can find people to sorry, I'm trying to look at what else I had there to talk about. Oh, I know what we're going to talk about next. So I have people that can help me. A team would be amazing to have. Kristen says, yep, Bob better pack warm clothes. All he needs is a hat. Well, I mean, he needs other things too, but the hat, especially because his bald head, he'll be cold with his bald head. That's what we're going to Ohio first, which is going to probably be worse. Hey, Pete, can you bring me another one of these since you're standing in there and I'm live? That I appreciate it. So we were talking about just sleeping in the van up in Ohio, and his daughter was like, y'all are going to be cold. We don't have it all the way insulated yet. And then next year we will have it insulated. They all taste the same. Exactly the same. Don't you think they all taste the same? You see? Yeah, it tastes so different. It's so different. Bish. Shut up, I am so high. Samhain. What are you guys doing? Sorry. People are going to find this video and make so much fun of me. I don't even give a fuck. Make fun of me, talk shit about me, post it everywhere so that I can finally get monetized. Maybe. I don't know how all that shit works yet. So I am, we went over to our friend Chris's house over the weekend, me and Bob, because they were working on the van to wire up the electrical to the battery so that we don't always have to worry about our battery operated shit dying really fast. Also, he's going to get a generator. I don't know if he'll have it for now. And I really don't need it except for when we're in Ohio anyway. So we'll probably just get a hotel room up there or something. I don't know. I guess we're going to stay with his daughter. I don't know what's happening. I don't care. As long as I have alcohol, I'll be warm. But anyway, over the weekend while we were at Chris's, they were working on the van. And okay, so here's the real deal. We ate mushrooms. And so when we did that, we had so much fun. We laughed, we talked, we had a really good time. And we actually ended up having an impromptu Samhain. So we shared food and drank and talked about our ancestors, and we talked about our own mortality, and we talked about old friends and old things that happened, and we talked about old wounds, and I think we finally put all those things to bed. And that is exactly what Samhain is about. And I was so pleased to be with these two men that I had the best time with. We laughed so hard. It was really funny. And we talked to Chris's friend on the phone, and I don't want to say who it is because I'm not going to call this person out. If they want to talk about it, they can. But I was telling those boys to sit down and shut up while I was talking to this person, and they were like, woo. They were like, we're not supposed to talk. And I said, but yet you are. So we had a really good time. And it was nice. So what are you guys going to do for Samhain? How do you honor your ancestors, and what things do you put to bed? Do you do like a fire and burn stuff up? Because I do that. I like to write things on parchment and burn them up. And I like to try to let go of certain things that have held me back. And one of the things that held me back in my entire life was not ever feeling like I was one of those people that deserved those things. So real estate agents, I've never closed a transaction that was more than like $7,000 or $8,000. I know people that have done double digits. I've never done that. And I've always thought to myself, I don't deserve that, like I don't deserve to do that. And it took me really sitting down and writing my goals out to realize that I was thinking to myself that I don't deserve those things. So that's going to be one of the things that I put into the Samhain fire, is that fuck all of that. I do deserve that, And especially since I've made decisions about my personal life that are going to make things change for me, I really need to be able to just jump into the fire and take care of myself. There's so many people that are so much more brave than me. I've had people tell me how brave I am, and I'm like, no, bitch, you have no idea how terrified I am all the time, every minute of every single fucking day. And I've watched people do some really brave shit, and I plan on doing some brave shit. I plan on it. There's so much passive income. Thank you, Capital. I'm trying to be empowering, but mostly I'm terrified. So that's part of what I'm going to throw into the Samhain fire. And then I also like to think about what seeds I may want to plant when I get to February. Imbolc is a time to plant those things. So as you're throwing stuff into the fire, you really kind of want to come up with something that you're going to just in the back of your head, just start to think about what am I going to do? What am I going to plant for the next year? Kristen says, yes, fake it till you make it. That's, well, how I'm really, at first I was like, I don't want to, I feel so silly that it took me till I was 61 years old to actually decide what I deserved and that there were things that I could do for myself, Kristen's got 2 Trulies. Yes, girl. Drink them Trulies. Those are pretty good too. I liked them better when they were in bottles. I like everything better in bottles, but you got to do what you got to do so you're on a fat ass. I have written on the refrigerator right now, I want a snatched waist and a cute ass more than I want those carbs. But anyway, also it's a good time of the year, Samhain is, to collect graveyard dirt. So put things in the back of your mind of what you want to do in February. And you've got Yule still that you have to go through before you get there. But still, I don't like skip over Yule so much. To me, Yule is more about the enjoyment of my family and the celebration and the birth of, the sun coming back and all that stuff. But Imbolc is one of my favorite holidays because everything feels fresh. Everything feels clean. Everything feels like I can really start this stuff over, and I can rebuild some stuff. And I like to think about that at Samhain and just maybe just jot it down someplace in a little journal or whatever and get ready to plant those seeds in February. Well, that's very kind of you, Kristen, because I don't like to drink alone myself. That's not true. That's not true. Later there'll be hair metal. No, I have to go to bed because I'm babysitting the dogs and they'll wake me up at 3 and make me let them go out. So there's going to be that. So You guys, I am so happy you're all here. It is so great that you are here and popped in with me. I can't even begin to tell you. I am just fucking thrilled. But Laura's gonna die when I tell her how many people are talking and jumped in. Kristen, I appreciate you. I really do. So Patrick and I were talking about Hudson and how we call it Hudtucky, and how when we were driving down the road one time, it's terrible. We saw people who were probably not very well. Wait a second. Kristen's asking questions. Probably better if I get taken off that tangent. Kristen wants to know, I'm not a witch. Should I still get graveyard dirt and make my own fire? Why not? Why wouldn't you do that? It doesn't matter. When I first got into Wicca, and I don't consider myself Wiccan anymore, but when I first got into Wicca, my pantheon was the Judeo-Christian God, Jesus, Mary, God the Father, the Holy Spirit. That was my pantheon, because it was really hard for me to let go of that, the guilt, and just the fact that I was used to that pantheon. You know what I mean? So, but just because, yeah. So, Kristen, I don't remember what nationality your family is, but I can look back on my life as I was growing up in a Greek house before I ever knew anything about witchcraft or paganism or any of that. Okay. And I can point to things still to this day that my mother and my grandmother and my grandfather and the aunts and uncles, whose ever house I was at, they did magic. They did certain things to ward evil off, to welcome spirits, seasons, whatever it was. They did all of that. So you have all of that in your family history, things that you did. So, for instance, when my uncle died years and years ago, he owned a little convenience store and was shot to death in robbery. And when that happened, there were actual whalers that came to my aunt's house, ripped their clothes. They put cloth over the mirrors. They did all of that. When you go to a wedding, a Greek Orthodox wedding, they do everything 3 times for the Trinity. And there are certain mysteries in the church that are still very pagan. So, I mean, Catholicism then, right? I mean, I know that's not the religion that you subscribe to, but in Catholicism, it's very much like Orthodoxy, and there's all of that mysticism in there, the incense, the candles, all of that is part of, it's what we held over from when we worshiped old gods. I don't think that any god, are you going to bed? I love you. Am I too loud? You want to close this door between us? Okay. I don't think any god, no matter what god they are, has any time to mess with people and say that, Kristen's over there collecting graveyard dirt so that when she prays and she wants a representation of really stopping something, she throws the graveyard dirt down, and now I should be upset with her. I don't think that's how it is. I really don't. And I think all of those things tie you to your religion and to your gods and make it more personal for you. I agree, having wakes, birthdays, birthday wishes, and candles, for real, and just think about all the things, the way that you do a marriage ceremony, what you do on New Year's Day, like everybody eats black-eyed peas for good luck for the next year. Whoever walks through your door, that person is the kind of luck or energy that's going to be in your house. The first person for New Year's Day. I literally, when people come into my house and people are being a little shitty, I when they leave, I take my broom and I sweep the energy right back out that door. You know, all of it is steeped in mysticism, and I think that you should embrace that. So if you want to get yourself some graveyard dirt, woman, go get yourself some graveyard dirt, but do it on Samhain. Take 18 shiny pennies with you when you go, and throw the 9 over the gate before you walk in, and throw 9 over the gate as you walk out as an offering for what you took, and bring stuff with you. When I like most of my magic that I do, and I'm especially down in Bradenton, and there's a place over here in Hudson that I go to as well, a cemetery, is done in cemeteries. And I like to take whatever I'm drinking or eating with me to the cemetery and leave some of it there. So if I know I'm going to go do magic, or I'm going to go collect graveyard dirt, I take with me whatever I'm going to drink when I'm drinking. So right now I would take some hard seltzer with me. If I'm going to eat, I would take whatever food I cooked, and I would take that with me, and I would go down there, and wherever I felt the need to stop and pick up that graveyard dirt, I would leave food and I would leave drink there as an offering. And I would ask before I took it. I would say, do you mind if I take this? I think there's a lot of connection there when you do that, and it also helps you to bond with those people who are going to help you and your gods. My UCC's wait. You think they'd be okay with you collecting graveyard dirt and leaving offerings at cemeteries and at Halloween? Yeah, bringing of gifts is really important. You shouldn't just take things and then not leave them something. You know, I really feel like that's important. And so I do that. This Saturday, Gwendolyn and I are going to watch Downton Abbey. I am really digging that TV show. Do you guys watch that? Everybody's dying off, though. It's kind of making me sad. I missed last weekend with her, too. It must have been a week from missing things. But yeah, I like Downton Abbey. See, it's whimsy. It's whatever comes into my mind. Was going to talk a little bit about YouTube drama. Not anybody in particular, but, you know, Katie Joy is always that person. You know, what's really kind of crazy is that I'm learning that these people on YouTube act just like politicians. They look for reasons they cause drama. Then when drama's like all on them, they come up with ways to deflect and get your mind off of what they're doing. It's so funny. I have watched so much trying to learn how to put things out that are content for whimsy and put things out that are content for my real estate work. So it's kind of fun to watch everything that's happening, you know, on this kind of social media, because really what YouTube is just Facebook, only you record your shit. You do get the option of typing stuff out on YouTube if you actually have enough followers, and I only have 55, so that ain't a thing for me. So you should tell your friends, and you should like this video, and you should share it. You should subscribe, and you should tell me where the fuck you're from in the comments. See, that's the stuff that keeps me from getting monetized. I'm so happy you guys came. Hey, Kristen, do you have anything you want to talk about next week as we get closer to Samhain? Michelle will be back from her author trip, and I'll probably still be staying here. But after that, I'll be in St. Louis. Oh my God, I can't wait. You guys have no idea how excited I am about going up there. I am going to eat so much good shit. I can't wait. I'm just bringing leggings so they're stretchy, maybe a pair of shorts, a dress or two. I'll have to do laundry when I get to Laura's. I don't want to take a bunch of clothes. My cat pajamas and this robe right here. This is my fave robe. They call me Zoe Robes, you know. We def that. Do you think that's where we should go? Do you think we should go to the hill, or where do you live? What? Or how? I know you're not close to Oh shit! I gotta message other people. I know you're not close to Pacific, right? I got another friend. I got a message out there on Facebook. I'm gonna tell her. Uh, I. You, what would really be cool is to end up to start to meet up in Veneta Park again, because we did that one time. I think when we had her mom's 80th birthday, we met up in Veneta Park. And when I say we, it was everybody that was still alive that were kids on that block. Okay. It was so fucking cool. And the parents that were still alive, that were still lived on the street, came out onto the porches. So there were probably about, I don't know, 12 of us that were there, either kids that lived on the street or kids that lived on and around Veneta Park off the north and south. And we all met up on Garfield and we ran up and down that street like we were little again. It was so fucking amazing to do. And all the people that lived in those houses now that weren't there when we were there came out onto their stoops and they're like, what are you guys doing? And we told them, you know, we grew up here and we were telling them all the people that lived in those houses and how we played. And we were like, you know, 50-year-old adults, 50, 60-year-old people running up and down the street, yelling and pretending like it was 1975. It was so fun, but it would be fun to do that and then go somewhere close by. You're in St. Peter's. Nope, not close. I may need to stay at a hotel myself to not drive. Well, let's figure that out. You know what I mean? Because maybe we could do it like we can meet somewhere and then we could do what we're going to do. And then that could be like one of the last nights I'm at Lars, and then I could come with you and we could stay in the same hotel and just me, you, and Bob get stupid. That would be fun, right? I would like to do that. You know what I mean? Like the second to the last night, leave her place, go to where we're going to go, have everybody meet, and then the three of us just go duck out and go hang out together. Or Kim, if she wants to come too. We won't kick her out. But we could get a hotel wherever you're going to be. I love stupid too. You're my family. There's other people out here watching and it's only just you and me talking. It's like we could have just went live together, but then it wouldn't have Whimsical Wednesday. I think it's bad that these have less than one carb because usually I would not be drinking on a Wednesday. If I was going to drink beer, it wouldn't have happened on a Wednesday. Probably wouldn't have even happened on a Friday. I would drink vodka instead. But I like this way better than I like vodka. Oh, yeah. Maybe Kim's Drive. Oh, that would be good, right? But then you should still try to get a hotel room. If we get a room, then we can just all hang out. You know what I mean? That just stay over and just stay up and be stupid. No, this is Bud Light hard seltzer. It's 5% alcohol, 100 calories, and less than 1 gram of carbs. This is why your friend is drinking it. Not because it tastes good, but here's the rule. Here's the thing I learned a long time ago about alcohol. When I first started drinking, I was drinking wine, which, oh my God, so bad. But anyway, I started out with like, not rosé. What was that shit called? That it was sort of red, but not really. I don't know. Well, anyway, I drank that, and then I went to Chardonnay. And the reason why I went to Chardonnay was because I had friends that said, "Oh, just we're gonna get a bottle, and we're not drinking that shit that you drink, that pink shit. So we're gonna get the Chardonnay, and anyway, after the first one, you're not gonna care." And that's how all alcohol is. You have to get through the first one. Oh. And then after that, you don't give a fuck anymore what it tastes like because you're buzzed, and that's that. Plus, Patrick got me stoned AF before we came in here. Yeah, I like that there's like less than 1 carb. So It's the kind of shit I don't have to worry that it's going to fuck up how I ate all day, you know, and how I exercised. So, dude, I can't believe how cold it is to me right now. You're going to laugh, Kristen. Let's see. Let's see what it is right now. Let's see what the temp is outside so you can laugh at me. It's 55 degrees outside and I'm cold, so I have my robe on. But tonight I'm sleeping with Belora's dogs, so I'll be warm. It'll be good. It'll be good. I think it's supposed to even be colder for me tomorrow. Let me see what's supposed to happen tomorrow. I'm in the wrong one. Hookers, really. Yeah, it's going to get down to 51 tonight. Tomorrow it's going to be 49. I got to go back to my house during the day when he's sleeping so I can go get more clothes. And then plus I got to go. I got financial bullshit I got to do, and I got more real estate work I got to do. I'm actually treating my job like a job for the first time in my entire life. If you didn't go out and listen to any of the old videos, you really should go listen to the one that we did 2 weeks ago that was about the Equal Rights Amendment. I worked really hard on that. And so I'm really proud of that one. We might have got a little off tangent in it, but that was a good one. I learned so much about it because I wrote it all down. It was amazing. So if you haven't done that, look at that. And if there's anything you guys want to talk about next week, let me know. Otherwise, we'll come up with something. Probably talk about Belora's trip. I think that'd probably be a good thing to do so we could promote her books a little more. And if you see right there in the ticker, there's a place to keep us caffeinated so you can buy us a coffee. That would be really nice. And I don't know what else to talk about. I'm just glad that you guys jumped in. We had so many comments tonight, and even people on the YouTube channel that actually have never been on there before. That was really awesome. I'm very happy about that. I'm going to go look at that real quick. It says one person is watching, but I know there was more than that. And because I had people that I didn't know on YouTube that actually popped in and talked to me tonight. So that was really fucking cool. It would really be nice if more people would subscribe. We're at 55 subscribers, and I would love to get to 60. That's my next milestone. So if you would like and share this video, tell people where you're from, that would be amazing. And it is 8:23, so it's been almost an hour, so I'm going to pop off. But yeah, I know. But you know what? This is the best one so far, and I feel really bad because Belora's not here. But you know what? I try to go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 nights or 3 times a week. And I think on Friday I'll go live again and do another happy hour. And then I'll do an invitation thing too, so that more people can come on. Because it's been a minute since we did a virtual happy hour, and that might be kind of fun, you know, just to do that again. And Patrick will be up for it too, because we were talking about having some fun Friday night. So that might be a thing. So anyway, thanks you guys. Thanks for popping in. I really appreciate it. Thumbs up on the YouTube channel. Share. Tell people about Living Life Whimsically. And we have a Facebook group that you could join, and you can buy us a coffee. That's okay, Kristen. Maybe next time, you know what I mean? Looking forward to seeing everybody next week. Love you. Looking forward to see you guys on Friday. Peace out.